Eyes up, Guardian. It's time to go! Hey, all of you, welcome! Thank you for tuning in. Hello, hello. How would you look at that? Antilliacs with a whole year? Welcome back! That's a year, Gamescom week. Damn, things are happening. Oh, okay. Sound, let's go. So, alright. You might wonder why I've gathered you this early here today, because this is pretty early for me these days. It's the 22nd of August 2023, and it's about to be 6 p.m. over here in Germany. By the way, that was a really amazing dino dance he did at the start there. Good stuff. Good stuff, Guardians. Okay. Okay, so, why are we here this early? Because... let me adjust my dance pad. Okay. We are here this early to watch this. This right here. Alright, as you can see, the Destiny 2 showcase. It's about to start in a minute. And I'm very excited for this because I really like Destiny. Oh yeah. That's about to happen. And after this, by the way, we're gonna watch this. I don't know how long this is gonna go on for. But right after that should be the opening night live from Jeff Keighley Gamescom kind of stuff. So there's a whole bunch of cool trailers going on. Hopefully. Anyways, that's what we're gonna watch, and that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. Is this volume up? Okay. Right. Okay. Give it a moment. Gotta check something out. 1 second.
What is he doing? No way!
Oh my god, was? Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like many of you, I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am. I believe there's this deeply
Hold on, give me a moment.
often unstated mission of
He's saying good
games
things. Listen to the man.
adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet. A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus,
Alright.
hunting a machine god that controlled time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their mythic
too quiet?
weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others, an entire elite squad.
Drops?
They'd race
There's drops to
alongside
this?
their friends far into the early morning.
I have no idea. I probably
in the
don't have
halls
any
of an
drops.
ancient
I'm not
city
officially
where only a select
sponsored by
few
Bungie
emerged
for this.
victorious at
I watch
dawn,
it because I want to watch
clutching
it.
the heart of a dragon.
Unlike many streamers.
But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world, and together meet new faces on this
Just had to check out a message. My girlfriend's like on the way here right now, but the German train company is fucking up as usual.
Together, we approach
goes.
the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The
That's Fire
journey
Emblem?
will be
Alright.
difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or are looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world. a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open.
Oh.
So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
Aye. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so, in summary quickly, Destiny 2, awesome game. Since the beginning of Destiny 1 to this one, that's summarizing all of the story right now since over 10 years. So that's really, really exciting.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Whoa! Hey, it's looking nice.
Why you were chosen.
That's what it looks like in the Traveler?
The truth is, I didn't know then. It
Pick
was
up the
just
Gjallarhorn.
a feeling.
Oh. That's cool. Look at the hunter go. Oh, that's fun.
But I know now. After all we've seen,
There he is. He's back.
all we've lost,
Lots of
this
arms.
fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
I'm rising. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Oh, shit. 27th of February. American dates, come on. Jesus, get it right. It's day, month, year. The heart of the
This is a
traveler.
momentous time in Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that as a developer you just don't get very often.
Guardians and
True
allies
that.
are fighting the biggest
gonna be a long
threat
time
that
coming.
the universe has ever
Big
seen
build-up.
in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
Another wandering super. Titan's got a
When we were
room.
thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been on.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us
shoot.
for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the pale heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
You know, I'm somewhat of a pale
The
heart
Witness
myself.
has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The pale heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that.
Badass with all the arms.
It's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
Like cleaning up the kitchen.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of Oblivion.
Gotta say, like, the trailer was really cool.
In the
made.
final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost. get to reconnect with Cade 6. So, like,
Cool.
while there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
That sounds really badass.
In the final shape, we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable, and we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
Ricky.
The Pale Heart is
See that? It was
weird.
like a head?
It's a little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And
Does
it
it
is
have a
also
thune?
just so cool and
Like
artistic in
petrified?
the best way.
Calcified?
The Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
One of the most memorable locales from Destiny's past is the D1 Tower. It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to
So they're like,
everyone
"Hey,
who's
we put
building
the
it,"
tower
and I think players are really
into
going
the
to be able
Traveler.
to see that.
Very nice.
The Pale Heart is our very first linear destination that we've ever done. I would love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger.
Oh, that
in
looks cool though.
Surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things
very
that
good
are
at that.
more and more wrong
Especially
as
like
they
the-
begin to go towards the Witness's monolith.
skyscape.
Kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The
Exactly
weirdest
that.
things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with. that
Reminds
you
of
have
other games, huh?
You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the Subjugators.
Subjugators are the new
Cool.
unit you're going to be facing in the final shape. They have an enhanced power set. They're performing stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian.
Looks like they went with
in
the-
support of all the other enemies you're fighting.
Whatever they were
too.
called from
They bring
Lightfall
something
and mixed with
entirely
like
new to the battlefield,
Loose in
which
the
is
Hive
kind
kinda
of this
style.
element of control.
They're back there pinging away with
Yeah, and obviously
stasis
Rogue style
abilities,
too.
throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place,
badass.
tangling you up.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination, and so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
Hey, overall, that's really cool looking environment.
The campaign
I like
in
that.
the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission.
And creative.
The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the Witness, you're going to do that in the raid. But that might not be enough. This is a
Cairo,
moment
what is
where
it
we
called?
need to rally all Guardians to be
Cairalium?
able to overcome the final shape and the Witness.
Something like that, right? harnessing the light.
In the final shape, we are inside the Traveler, very close to this energy.
That's
This
the man that
allows
makes the
us
sound
to
effects, you
have
know? He's like,
new supers, arc, solar, void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds.
Big
The
axe.
Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off, doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character and bounces off and goes to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy.
So what they're
that
saying
you're
is they're
also
powering up the
giving it to your allies,
existing
allowing
light
them to have
classes.
their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect, when I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul that when it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
Tell me about the Hunter. I literally don't play anything else.
Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air,
Hey, cheers, cheesy.
summons this giant void axe,
I feel you
throws
on
it,
that.
summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies in and then explode. But that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start wailing on enemies with it.
This super is
What?
insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to
What?
consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
They just decide to go like, Titans, strong.
The
Okay, here we go.
Arc super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position,
Yes.
do the slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing
Nice.
about that is not just you
That I
do
like.
it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
Oh,
The hunter has an
Okay.
aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies
It's
you
back.
and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're
Like
playing
that
a
skill was
fighting
at the
game,
start
right?
of
Like these
Destiny 2, and
combos
then they
that
took it
you're
out.
chaining together to do these different moves. It
We-
like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we
oh,
are
but
to
that's
do that.
cool.
It
Like with
feels
the
like
knife
you're,
throw
like, riding the
teleport.
lightning, you know, like that instantaneous, like
That was good, but I think it's more like,
I like that.
you know?
I like it. I like it.
Go get the warlocks. Just get the short end of the stick.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has the
Nice
really
look.
intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you
t-shirt.
can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout.
Okay, that's cool.
Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon.
What's the
That
one
sounds like a
specific
fun gun.
exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness
What?
the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to bring Kvastov into the fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath, burn the world, burn it all. In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really like bordering on exotic functionality. So for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. We always liked the special ammo
rocket
sidearms.
pistol?
This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage.
I like handguns a lot.
They have a
I think
mixture
they're cool.
of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
Nice.
I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
That's big useful. Big
Weapons
useful.
team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Okay. I like
Come
that.
on, take a load off. We've got a lot to cover.
Ooh.
This place
There he
is
is.
only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so... I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec.
He's just a really cool character, all right?
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock off my map. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't.
Show us the chicken. Hey, see, if you're crazy enough, you can actually have that as an emote in my chat. Did you know that?
Well,
Right there.
better get back to it.
Ace of Spades.
In this moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
I think it's really
Once we
sweet they
started
brought him
digging
back.
into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that crystallized Cade's role as a guide. Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role, like, without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path.
There's
You
like a
think
certain
about the weight
bittersweetness
that's
to
been
it.
on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together,
Having Nathan
Cade's
Fillion
voice
back,
of levity and
but having lost.
brightness that he brings to that group, that I think is going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
What's that freaky effect now on the gun? Ah. Unlocking the path.
Guardian, the Witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek.
Ayat?
But only if we contend with her sister, Zivu Araf.
Uh-oh.
It rests with me. Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
Ooh!
Bring me your tithes.
You
Wild.
now wield hive magic and have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire, Guardian, and open the way to our tithes.
Damn.
Let them know fear. The death of whispers, and they do whisper.
This is already looking really high.
Name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat strengthens me.
Because we're basically summoning Zivirath this way.
My appetite rises for your brutal tributes. Let us show her what it is to be Hive.
What?
You have found the horn of battle! You are deserving of the greatest death I can bestow.
Season of the Witch. Wait, that's the season now? From today?
The Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first, and that bigger problem's name is Xivu Arath. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's
idea.
a wild ass idea, yeah. She determines like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire.
The Wars until
We
it's-
are channeling
See you
all
later.
of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
How cool.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We wanted to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers.
I like that.
It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your buildcraft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can
Oh,
then
that
choose
sounds
these
actually
cards
fun.
at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a sucker for deck building. Like being able to like bring that element into
Very good
Destiny
idea.
gameplay.
Who doesn't
has
like
just been
card stuff?
Oh, chef's
Yeah,
kiss.
oh, it's
really
super
fun.
fun.
So we've got
I
two
like all
brand
the
new seasonal
Hive aesthetic
activities
and
coming
Witch Queen
with
aesthetic.
Season
Like
of
that
the
was
Witch.
good stuff.
We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun Spire.
Savathun Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summonings activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
What's that?
We really wanted to make sure
two
that there was
something
a
and a
home
blue?
for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year.
Two
has
tokens
passed.
and a blue?
so we developed what we're calling the exotic mission rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players of Destiny
Oh.
love the most. The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable. With Season of the
I
Witch,
like
we have
that.
a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of really tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to make sure that we focus the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep
A new
sight
map?
lines that you're interacting
Did I hear
with.
that
And A
right?
lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're,
In my
you're
Destiny?
orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming too, right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass. We've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're going to be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a
Okay,
lot more
that's...
tactical gameplay. It's all
That sounds
about
pretty
running
fun.
around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
That sounds pretty fun.
Take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Hyvey this
Hey,
season.
Rio, hello.
Obviously, there's something in the air.
Enjoy a
and
break.
so when thinking about like what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit this very Hyvey season, there's only one answer.
I have seen what the Hive call a god.
Rhodas and returns? I only heard of this, I've never done it. I've heard great things about it. Man,
True weapon of the light can stop his wrath.
I gotta make time and play Destiny. I took a season off, you know, but I think they need me. That season needs me. Nemo, hey, hello. Leandro, oh, that's actually, oh, that's a good ring. I really feel like just
Heading into the
Lightfall.
final shape, we really want to rally all guardians.
just had
at
such
the
a
end
slow
of the
start.
Light and Darkness
But
saga.
it's
We want to reduce
picking
those
up with every
power
season.
barriers, as well as catch people up on key story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players. In the final shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand, and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter kind of what
You
power
gotta
level
have a
you
thing
are
where you
going
don't
into
have
it, you're
people
always going to be
spend
able
like a
to
couple of
approach
$100
it. There's
euros
still going to be tiers
to
of
get the game,
difficulty that you can do,
to be caught
things
up.
that are just meant to be
That's
experienced
what we
a
need.
certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any dungeons and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest power
Interesting.
in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their power level, which means that there's no barriers really for any other guardian to join you in this high-level content.
When it's combined with Fire Team Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all.
Hey, maybe
regardless
I
of the
finally
power
get
level
to
of
do
you
the
and rest of
raids.
people in your Fire Team.
Fire Team Finder is
Imagine
a new feature
that.
that's coming in Season 23, aimed at helping connect and find other people to complete the best and most aspirational content in Destiny. We have
been
a
waiting forever for
tag
this.
system that allows players to be able to say, well, this is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat. I'm just really here to have a good time. Exactly.
Tags really allows players to show
That's
a little
me.
bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I think what's really great about it is with this launch, we're also looking at including inclusion tags.
As an example, one of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will bring players closer to finding their community and
Okay,
even
that's
closer
good.
to the people that they're playing with. So once a listing goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it as convenient and as easy as possible for players to not just sit and stare at a screen for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically more solo, I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
Yeah, that's me. Even in an online game, I'm like, big antisocial.
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done is we've went back to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We're going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond Light, as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Okay, that's cool.
Guardian.
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you
That's
met
really good
along
for new
the
people
way.
joining
A really
the game.
big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cade's last stand from Forsaken.
So what they're saying is new players
This
just
is a
buy
moment that a
Destiny, the
lot
new
of players,
version,
new and old,
and
are
don't
gonna
need
come
the
back
old
to
ones?
Destiny. I think this is just the right time to
If I get
introduce
this
features
right.
that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
We're
All
reaching the
ends
end
are
of this
beginnings.
10-year journey. What comes next?
The episodes. And the new way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes. And so the first 3 episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming right after the Final Shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the Final Shape. I think what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that we're building is the 3-act structure. The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the corner. There'll be new story moments in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the Final Shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
Okay,
These
that's
new
great.
Stories
I
are
like
actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience, whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more often. And it really provides the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with
Sounds
this
pretty
kind of new
promising.
platform of storytelling. Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future of Destiny.
We're moving into the next stage of Destiny 2. I think some people look at the Final Shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes
leaning in.
provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
What makes a guardian a guardian? Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason, by something greater than ourselves.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. We are the
Some really
final
cool
line
editing
that holds
the whole
the
time
second
through here.
collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery.
Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Sacrifice leads to death.
The speaker.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Hey, that's my boy. That's him.
Let's cross it together.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
It made a freaky triangle.
This time, there is no escape.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll
Thought
be
the message was
cementing
gonna
your
be
legend in this upcoming
sparrow
year.
racing.
We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends.
That's a nice
in
disc he's
Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game
Open
and get
Steam
up to speed
update.
on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content. I can't wait to see you all in the throne world as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
That man is very sympathetic. I like it.
Do not be afraid.
He's got triangle eyes.
Bring me your tithes.
I gotta make time to play Destiny.
After all these years, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you to rise one last time.
Yeah, it's looking sick. It's looking real sick. Oh. Collector's Edition reveal. Oh no. Don't look! Don't look, you Phoenix! Don't look! Stop! Don't spend money!
When we create a collector's edition, we try and recreate items from the universe for players to enjoy.
Maybe we'll just take a
outside
peek.
of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1 tower. We really try to work hard at thinking about 10 years of Destiny and how best to encapsulate that experience.
Even as the game dev,
I
we've,
mean,
worked on this from day one. Like, I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because it's going to kind of catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way
I feel
to
like that's
now.
a much more relevant one than the one from
It's kind of
Lightfall.
like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
You get the tower, and then there are actual figures of the Vanguard
Okay,
and
they're kinda
Mentors
cute.
that accompany that architectural model.
And there's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope, and so we've
You
been
put the
playing a
figure
lot
on it
with
and you get a
magnetic
voice message.
locks and sound
Telling you.
effects, and lights. Just sort of make this experience as a whole really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol of Destiny. I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
I guess I might as well, right? Hey, by the way, 27th of February, Final Shape releases. Well, you know where I'll be, and would be awesome if you'll be there too. The post-show starting soon? There's a post-show? Awesome, okay. So, that was the initial showcase all over. I gotta say, I am pretty satisfied. I'm pretty satisfied with that. The second of the 27th month. They've come so far, they invented new months. See, here's the cool thing about this, right? Because this is wrapping up like 10 years or more, right, of Destiny story, which is always really exciting. To give another idea, like Final Fantasy is doing the same right now. And after that, they obviously keep going because they want to make money. I mean, because they want to keep going. And like, you know, summarizing a story like that is, I think, always pretty exciting. It gives room for a new start of new things, and also, like, it gives you the option to make something extremely epic. If any of you played Endwalker, for example, that was really damn epic. And if Destiny is doing something like that, I'm here for it. You know, I didn't fancy Lightfall too much, but, well, actually just the campaign. Seasons were great. I just didn't have time to play. I gotta make time for this one, though. But Witch Queen, I really enjoyed. And obviously the stuff before. So yeah, I'm really hype about that. And I want the Arc Super with the knife. I'm a hunter right here, okay? In case you ever wanted. Yeah. I need a parallel space containing spare time only. Yeah, I feel that. I don't even have time for all the games right now. There's just so much. So much, but... time management. It'll happen, somehow, right? Right? Okay. Post-show. We can enjoy the post-show, and soon it's gonna be time for opening night live, but because I'm wrapping this up for a YouTube video as well, that's why I guess I make the cut to be like, hey, cut, YouTube video. This was the Destiny 2 showcase for the final shape. And I'm excited for it. I guess I have to pre-order the collector's edition like I did every time before. But don't worry, you don't have to call me a shill. I already do that myself. Sweet. Okay. I'm really excited. I'm glad they didn't show us too much. That's good. You know, gives us the breadcrumbs that we're looking for. Excellent. Well, February 27, 2024. I hope I'll be right here playing the final shape, and I hope you'll be right here also playing the final shape or watching me play the final shape, or maybe both. Either way, I hope we're all gonna be here for it.